If you have a coaching program right now and you're struggling to sell that offer for £1,500, in this video, I'm going to break some big limiting beliefs and share some of the biggest tools and skill sets and unlocks that you need to make to change your offer from 150 £200 a month coaching towards being able to sell these higher ticket coaching programs which are worth £1,500, £2,000 even. That's the level. If you really want to grow and build your coaching business, that's where it becomes really fun, and it provides a ton of stability and safety within your coaching program, right? And I'm not saying this from just reading a textbook like most people have, or from scaling some random business and just trying to do this. I've scaled my own business, my own coaching business. I was making multiple six figures a year. I've sold over £2.5 million in coaching programs over the last couple of years. We have clients, charging and selling, like clients like Dylan, like Lauren, charging and selling £1,500 to £1,200. Dylan sold a coaching program for £4,000 in the last couple of weeks from a fitness offer, right? So it's definitely possible. It definitely works. I'm going to share some of the biggest unlocks if you want to be able to do the same. One of the first biggest things we need to keep in mind when it comes to our coaching offer and being able to demand these higher price points is that we need to get away from selling a service to selling a transformation. This is one of the first biggest unlocks that we almost need to make to be able to go to that next level. What I mean by that is, obviously you're still selling the coaching, you're still selling weekly check-ins, you're still selling the support, you're still selling the programming, the meal plans, the nutrition, like all of these different things involved in your coaching program. However, in your content, in your sales process, if you start talking more about the transformation, where can people get to with your help in a 3-month period or 6-month period, or even a 12-month period? If you start talking more about the transformation, it's going to do a couple of things really well. It's going to make it so much more appealing in the long run, because people are not coming in because they want your friend. They're not coming in because they want a gym buddy. They're coming in because they have some kind of a problem that you help them solve. So if you talk more about how you're going to help people achieve that big transformation, if it's a 3-month program, a 6-month or 12-month program, it's going to make it tons easier, right? A really good example of this is, I have a really good friend that does sobriety coaching for men that have struggled with alcohol and drug use. His offer and his transformation is super clear. Like, even me that has no idea about his process, I've never been in a sales funnel, I've never been in any of this stuff, even I can understand the offer and the process. Like, even a 7-year-old could probably understand it. It's super clear. You have this problem now, you're struggling with alcohol, with substance abuse or misuse. In 6 months or in 12 months, you're going to be here where you're going to be sober, you're going to be teetotal, you're going to be fully recovered. Super easy to understand. What we almost want to do with your fitness offer is be able to demonstrate it super clearly that you're able to get people on from this pain, this struggle, this frustration, towards working with you, putting in the hard work. In 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, they've achieved this big outcome and their life is transformed. If we can do that, it's much easier for people to look at that and be like, okay, it is a bigger investment. So if I work with this coach for 3 months, it's going to cost me £1,200 as an example. It is a bigger investment, but this also means the bigger investment means I'm going to get better results. I'm going to get leaner, fitter, healthier, whatever it might be. It's going to be much easier. So that alone will be a big transformation in terms of how you sell and how committed people coming into you on the back end from a coaching program perspective. The second thing is more of a mindset issue that I see a lot in this fitness space, and something I've struggled with as well, right? So I'm not sharing this as an expert in sales or someone that's never struggled with it. I certainly am like exceptional at sales, exceptional as a marketer, because I've been doing this for so long and I've got the track record to prove it. But one of the biggest things to keep in mind from a sales perspective is I see a lot of coaches, and I speak to a lot of coaches that view sales as this kind of finite game where before the call their hands are sweaty, they're nervous, they're anxious, they're like, what if they say no? They treat it like a job interview, right? They treat sales, they treat the sales call, they treat the process as if someone has to say yes for their business to stay on, for their lights to keep up. And I get at the beginning it's really hard because of a few reasons. It's really hard at the beginning because you do genuinely probably need the money. You need to build your business to grow, to be able to take things to the next level. But the more, for two things here, the more you can aim to detach yourself away from the sale and be there with the whole goal, the whole intention of just genuinely being an expert, it'll make everything a lot easier. If you're the doctor on that call, if you're selling a fitness offer, if you're helping people lose 20 kilos, if you treat that call as you're the expert, you're the doctor, you're the authority, I'm there to help you. I'm there to diagnose your problem, diagnose what you're struggling with, and give you a solution and give you a prescription. The people on the other end are going to look at you with so much more trust. They're going to be much more likely to invest as one. But two, they're going to be able to invest high. They're going to trust you enough to invest a higher amount of money into your coaching program as well. And the third thing as well, alongside that, is if you're more relaxed on these calls, if you're more calm, if you're more enjoying the process, it's going to be so much easier for you to not say something stupid, for you to not say, something that you're nervous or speak too fast and people don't understand what you're saying, or blunder somewhere in the call and people just never sign up because of it. So if you're more relaxed, as with anything in life and business, you're likely going to make better decisions and you're likely going to perform better. So do your best moving forward to not look at your sales and your sales calls as a job interview where you're so nervous, you're so anxious, you're so jittery, trying to get people to close, right? An easy thing that helps with that is to just have a lot of calls and a lot of leads in your pipeline, create really good content, speak a really clear offer, and always aim to have more than one call in your diary booked in at any time, because it'll remove a lot of this kind of anxiety, stress, nerves. If you have 3 calls booking in on average every single week, and you always know when your next sales call is coming in, you're less likely to be nervous, you're less likely to be stressed, you're less likely to be overwhelmed, and you're more likely to go into this call with this kind of hat of, I'm just there to help, I'm just there to serve, I'm just there to be the doctor. Much easier to sell. The final thing as well I'm going to add to this video, which goes hand in hand with point number 2 of being okay with the call and being okay with how things go, is also be okay with people not saying yes right away or not saying yes at the beginning. So one thing that makes it a lot easier is if you have a 4-month coaching program, and the coaching program for 4 months is £1,500, random example. If that offer and that coaching program is £1,500, you've gone through the call, you've gone through their goals, their struggles, their challenges, you've said, okay, the coaching program is £1,500 for 4 months. If they say no, be okay with it, right? A lot of the time, fitness coaches, when they're starting out, one of the mistakes they make is they expect, or they want to optimize for an easy yes at the beginning. They want to get people to say as easily as possible yes. And they don't really want to have these difficult conversations to start when it comes to the sales process. They're like, the coaching program, like what's that person going to say? I see that he said on his Calendly booking, or I see that he said to me in the DMs that he's a teacher and he has 2 kids and he's stressed and he doesn't have like as much money maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch him £150 per month, and then we'll see where it goes. That energy is such a bad energy to have, because you're automatically racing to the bottom of your pricing. And when you race to the bottom of your pricing, you really have nowhere near as much room to grow and scale and build. What I'd much rather advise you to do, what we optimize with our clients, is have this kind of either a presentation at the beginning. With our clients, we literally build out the entire kind of offer, the pitch deck in terms of how it all works, how it's all positioned. They share their screen on the call, they share the kind of how the program works. The prospect sees it, £1,500 for 4 months, they can either do two things at that point. They can either say, yeah, I'm all in, I want to go, I want to get started. Or they say, John, Coach John, the program sounds good, I really like it, I really want to get started with it. The biggest issue is, though, it's just I can't afford £1,500 right now. What we can then do, what the coach can then do, is say, okay, cool, I hear that. Like, isolate the objection, isolate it, right? So just to confirm with yourself, like, the program sounds good. Is it something that you 100% want to do? They should say yes. They say, yeah, it's 100% what I want to do. It's just the money. Okay, what do we need to do to get you to get started? What do we need to do to get you started with the program? Do we need to change? Like, how do we need to do it? Let the prospect tell you. The prospect at that point is probably going to give you some ideas. Well, I can't do £1,500 right now, but I can do it on payday. Okay, it's the 25th right now of the month. I can do the rest on the 30th. Okay, that's fine. What if we do this instead? What if we do small deposit today? I'll set your payment link now. Small deposit today. It'll automatically charge you the rest on the 30th. Is that something you 100% want to do? They'll respond, they'll get back to you. You have this conversation, you'll be able to solve problems in a call. And this is going to be the first time you're actually coaching people through to a decision. Because what you need to remember when you're selling coaching, when you're selling fitness, is people have mindset issues. They struggle with motivation, self-belief in themselves. They've never really been able to follow things through. So if you have these difficult conversations and you coach people through to a decision, are they going to get better results if they stay with you for a 4-month program? Then if they just come in, pay £150 per month, they can cancel any time, they've struggled with motivation, they've struggled with self-belief, they've struggled with confidence, you're giving people an easy way out of the coaching program, you're giving people an easy way out to not be able to get results, right? This is something to keep in mind as well. If you want to get these kind of higher price point clients coming in, they can stay with you for 4 months, for 5 months, they're going to get much better results as well if they, when they stay through that process longer term as well. So be okay with actually having these coaching conversations on the call right around price, and that way around as well. Like, what I don't want you to do, guys, is go onto these calls and try and sell people that are not the right fit for your coaching program. Don't sell like people that are in a bad mind, like in a bad health, mental space. Don't sell people that are not in the right headspace to get started with coaching. Sell the right people on the coaching program that need the help but just can't maybe afford the whole £1,500 right now. You give people different options to get started, and you have these coaching conversations to move people forward. It's a much easier, much more maybe it's not much more enjoyable when you're starting now with having these difficult conversations, but believe me, right, it's so much easier to get a few people through the door at a higher price point than trying to build, scale, and grow your coaching business at 150, 99 or 97 pound clients, right? It's much longer. It's a much longer time frame. It's a much longer horizon to get your business to be making £1,500, £2,000, £5,000 a month. If you just sell one person at 1,500, or you can sell 15 people at £100 a month. Like, which one would you want to do, right? I know what works much easier for our clients is just having these higher price points and be able to have conversations and actually have the sales skills and sales process and sales systems behind it to be able to convert them. So if you struggle, take this video, go implement it, take this conversation from me and go implement these stuff I mentioned, make it a lot easier to actually sell that. It's 3 parts really. Just to summarize, in your content, in your marketing, go more heavy on the transformation, not the features of your coaching. The second thing is be okay, with people saying no. Don't be so nervous, and like find what works for you, but try and remove the nerves, try and remove the anxiety as much as possible in these calls beforehand. Be the doctor, be the authority, be the expert. Don't be the chaser, don't be the closer, don't be the sales guy on these calls. You are your business, you are the coach, you are the face of it. People probably want to speak to you, they definitely want to speak to you if they've booked a call. So treat it with the respect, treat it with that kind of excitement as well, and that higher flame as well. The third thing is be okay with people saying no. Be okay with having conversations about solving problems. You know, if your coaching program is £1,500, be okay with people maybe not being able to afford the whole amount right away, but be there to solve problems and find solutions to be able to get people started. Like, the final thing I will leave you with is, like, if someone wants to buy a brand new car and they go to BMW and they really like a specific car, the salesperson in that garage, like, will probably try and find a way to finance you the car if you really want it and you're in a position to do that. Like, why should your coaching program not be any different? Why could people not see it as a £1,500 investment, but they can pay differently if they want to get started? Take it from me as you will. You know, if you want to listen to it, you can. If not, feel free not to. But I mean, I have sold £2.5 million in coaching programs now. Yeah, our clients are crushing. So take it as you will from me. But hope you do find it useful. If you do, if you want to see more content like this, more raw content helping you grow your online coaching businesses, then make sure to hit like so I know you to post more content like this, and make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And I'll see you in the next one.